Hi, welcome to House News. BKSAP of the House encourages the strengthening of ASEAN centrality in addressing global geopolitical dynamics and various emerging regional conflicts. During a friendly talk with the Japanese delegation, BKSAP emphasized its commitment to strengthening educational cooperation to improve the quality of Indonesia's human capital. BKSAP welcomed a delegation of the Algeria-Indonesia Parliamentary Friendship Group, reaffirming historical ties that began with the 1955 Asian-African Conference. Commission 13, which oversees human rights affairs, plans to hold a public hearing on child grooming following growing public concern. Since October 2025, the management of the Nusa Dua Resort area has fully utilized a large-scale seawater desalination plant, transforming ocean water into a reliable source of clean drinking water. Amid rising global geopolitical challenges, BKSAP encourages strengthened ASEAN centrality by enhancing collaboration between executive and parliamentary diplomacy and expanding Indonesia's participation in international forums. Chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Syahrul Aidi Ma'azat, received a courtesy call from the Director General of ASEAN Cooperation of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. During the meeting, Syahrul emphasized Indonesia's strategic role in promoting a peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable resolution to the conflict in Myanmar.
Melihat suasana geopolitik global saat ini, kita perlu memperkuat norma di ASEAN. Kemudian di antara yang kita diskusikan yaitu sikap Indonesia terhadap apa yang terjadi di Myanmar. Nah, ini perlu pemahaman paradigma bersama tentang sikap-sikap yang perlu kita bangun terhadap Myanmar. Dan kita berusaha menjadi penengah tentunya. Sebagai negara besar di ASEAN harus melakukan penyelesaian ini secara inklusif gitu, dengan melibatkan seluruh kelompok yang ada. Jadi kerjasama antara eksekutif dan legislatif.
Meanwhile, the Director General of ASEAN Cooperation of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated Indonesia will continue to promote regional diplomacy to maintain ASEAN stability amid global uncertainty. Dodi, tvrparlemen report. The Indonesia-Japan Parliamentary Friendship Group received a visit from the Japanese Parliament to discuss various strategic issues including education, quality improvement and technology utilization, and human resource development. Member of BKSAP of the House, Putih Guntur Soekarno, mentioned Indonesia is currently entering a demographic bonus with nearly 70% of its population made up of young people who are projected to reach their peak productive age by 2045. This situation represents a strategic opportunity that must be supported through the strengthening of human resource capacity. Putih pointed out cooperation in the education sector can be strengthened through scholarship programs, teacher exchanges, and inter-university collaboration such as double degree programs. These efforts support existing initiatives such as language and cultural training center programs.
Berada di dalam satu titik usia produktif ya, di mana hampir 70% penduduk Indonesia itu generasi muda dan di 2045 ini mencapai titik tertinggi di dalam usia produktif, sehingga kepentingan atau dalam meningkatkan kapasitas sumber daya manusia Indonesia terutama dalam bidang pendidikan, lalu kemudian beasiswa, pertukaran guru juga menjadi sangat penting, dan hubungan antar universitas untuk memberikan gelar double degree itu juga menjadi sangat penting untuk meningkatkan kapasitas sumber daya manusia. Selain juga memang bagaimana penguatan dalam pelatihan-pelatihan di balai-balai latihan dan juga penguatan dalam bidang bahasa dan kebudayaan.
In addition, the BKSAP hope through this discussion and interparliamentary cooperation, the relationship between Indonesia and Japan will continue to contribute to the growth of both countries. Alam Nugraha, tvrparlemen report. Indonesia-Algeria diplomatic ties remain strong. However, their impact on people-to-people interests has not reached its full potential. Therefore, BKSAP encourage cross-sector collaboration through active parliamentary diplomacy. During a meeting with the Algerian parliamentary delegation, chairperson of PKSAP of the House, Shahrul Aidi Ma'azat, highlighted the importance of consolidating agreements at the ministerial level between the two countries to ensure effective monitoring and implementation. He explained BKSAP plays a strategic role in coordinating cooperation into concrete sectors such as energy, trade, education, sports, and youth affairs. Moreover, Shahrul expected more economic cooperation that is not limited to major industries but also supports community-based commodities.
Kita sepakat untuk meningkatkan kerjasama antar Indonesia dan Aljazair. Sudah banyak kesepakatan di tingkat kementerian yang sudah dilakukan dan kita mengingatkan agar poin-poin kerjasama itu diberikan kepada kita, anggota parlemen, BKSAP karena terdiri dari banyak komisi, nanti teman-teman yang anggota komisi yang berasal juga dari BKSAP nanti bisa dibicarakan dengan komisi terkait.
Besides economic cooperation, BKSAP also encouraged Indonesia-Algeria cooperation in the education sector, including student exchange and educational scholarship, as well as joint efforts in addressing global issues and advocating for human rights in international forums. Shahrul added, shared historical background and common principles of both countries provide valuable foundations for building more mutually beneficial long-term partnerships. Tegar Aziz, tvrparlemen report.
After the break, we'll bring you updates from the Commission 13 of the House, so stay tuned on House News. Legislators expressed serious concern over the growing number of child grooming cases, describing the issue as a major child protection and human rights concern that requires immediate attention from relevant authorities.
Member of Commission 13 of the House, Rike Diah Pitaloka, stated the government must provide maximum protection for victims. She emphasized a discussion will be conducted to examine the case in depth involving state institutions and relevant agencies.
Minggu depan kita akan membahas secara lebih fokus, lebih serius terkait isu child grooming, khususnya yang terindikasi dialami oleh artis yang berinisial AM begitu, dengan mengundang berbagai pihak termasuk Komnas HAM, Komnas Perempuan, Kementerian Hukum, Lembaga Perlindungan Saksi dan Korban. Saya menyampaikan bahwa semoga di dalam revisi Undang-Undang Perlindungan Saksi dan Korban Indonesia bisa lebih secara eksplisit dan secara tegas memasukkan isu child grooming dari mulai definisi, penegakan hukum, perlindungan korban, penguatan lembaga perlindungan saksi dan korban, dan juga kaitan yang lebih erat dan penguatan terhadap Direktorat Perlindungan Perempuan dan Anak dan tindak pidana perdagangan orang di Kepolisian Republik Indonesia.
Furthermore, Rike emphasized Commission 13, together with the Ministry of Law, is currently discussing revisions to the Witness and Victim Protection Law. She pointed out strong and responsive regulations are urgently needed to ensure that victims receive security guarantees, recovery support, and comprehensive justice. Jose, tvrparlemen reports.
Commission 11 warned the state budget deficit, indicating the government's fiscal space is increasingly narrowed. The Commission urged the government to maintain careful spending to ensure sustained economic growth despite limited revenue.
The state budget deficit approaching the legal maximum is regarded as a warning to the government. Member of Commission 11 of the House, Marwan Chiasan, said the biggest challenge for the government at present is to increase state revenue without pressuring the business sector. Thus, he expected the government to increase revenue without restricting business or investment.
Ya, saya pikir ini warning. Ya, karena ini kan sudah mendekati angka maksimal yang diizinkan oleh Undang-Undang 3%. Tapi kan kita tahu bahwa kondisi ini kan terjadi karena memang penerimaan negara kita terbatas. Sementara kita kan harus mendorong belanja untuk pertumbuhan ekonomi. Nah, ke depan tentu kita harus perbaiki lah. Yang harus kita dorong adalah bagaimana kita meningkatkan penerimaan tanpa mematikan dunia usaha. Nah, ini keseimbangan ini yang terus kita cari ya. Bagaimana penerimaan negara kita yang semakin baik, sumber-sumber penerimaan baru misalnya dari ekonomi digital, ekonomi kreatif terus kita dorong, tetapi bisnis tidak boleh mati gara-gara kita menekankan tentang penerimaan negara.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Minister of Finance acknowledged the economic conditions throughout 2025 are quite challenging due to various global and domestic fluctuations. The 2.92% deficit is considered evidence that the government is upholding fiscal discipline according to the state finance law, keeping it below the 3% of GDP threshold. Adila Entemi, TVR Parlemen report.
The House has voiced concern over communities in border regions are still struggling with major challenges such as disputed boundaries, inadequate infrastructure, and potential criminal activity.
Member of Commission 2 of the House, Mardani Alisera, highlighted development in border areas has not been integrated in terms of basic infrastructure, economic zones, or social and community aspects. As a result, border communities still lack full access to the state's support, especially in roads, housing, agriculture, and irrigations.
Tiga hal yang mengemuka bahwa yang pertama, negara wajib hadir. Kita masih melihat infrastruktur berat. Tapi yang kedua, kita juga melihat PLBN, pos lintas batas negara sudah lumayan, tetapi memang ini perlu integral, bukan cuma posnya, tapi bagaimana economic zone-nya, sosialnya, sehingga menjadi terintegrasi. Terakhir, memang anggaran. Kita perlu bicara karena tadi dari Kaltara, dari NTT, dari Papua semua menyampaikan kondisi infrastruktur, jalan, perumahan, belum bicara tentang bagian menghidupkan pertanian dan irigasi. Ini menjadi masukan yang sangat baik buat kami di Komisi 2.
Additionally, Commission 2 highlighted resolving territorial boundary issues requires a coordinated and comprehensive effort focusing on infrastructure, community welfare, and security. The objective is to turn border regions into a showcase for the country rather than vulnerable hotspots. Elvi Pratiwi, TVR Parlemen report.
More interesting information is coming to your way, so stay tuned on House News. Injourney has implemented seawater desalination technology at the Nusa Dua tourism area in Bali. The initiative uses seawater reverse osmosis technology to convert seawater into drinking water.
The Nusa Dua tourism area in Bali has introduced an innovation in clean water management. For the first time in Indonesia, seawater in this premier tourist destinations is processed into potable water through seawater reverse osmosis technology. The state-owned enterprise PT Pengembangan Pariwisata Indonesia or ITDC, a member of the Injourney Holding, has produced 300,000 cubic meters of clean water through desalination process over the past 3 months. Through a specialized treatment process, seawater is filtered into clean water suitable for various regional needs. By using seawater as an alternative water source, the facility significantly reduced reliance on groundwater and limited freshwater supplies. The technology also helps mitigate the risk of water shortage driven by climate change. At the same time, it ensures the continuity of tourism operations at the Nusa Dua even under increasingly uncertain environmental conditions. Beyond its environmental benefits, the project marks a historic milestone in Indonesia's corporate regulations. ITDC is the first company to receive an official permit from the Marine Affairs and Fishery Ministry for processing seawater into consumable water through its subsidiary.
The Indonesian blue pit viper has surged in popularity following the release of Disney's Zootopia 2, which features Gary the Snake, a cheerful blue snake character directly inspired by this endemic species from Indonesia.
Since the release of Zootopia 2, one new character has particularly captivated audiences. Gary the Snake, an optimistic, selfless, and lovable animated hero. He is friendly, talkative, and deeply loyal to his family. His mission is to save the reputation of all reptiles. Surprisingly, this animated figure was inspired by a real species native to Indonesia, also known as the blue viper. The snake is endemic to the Lesser Sunda Islands in eastern Indonesia, ranging from Bali to Komodo Island, and is widely known for its rare and captivating sky blue tone. With the rising popularity of Gary the snake, the blue viper has entered the global spotlight. Yet this fame comes with dangers, as interest in the species appears to be increasing, including in the illegal wildlife trade. Many people are tempted by the friendly image of the animated character, overlooking the fact that it is a venomous snake with dangerous hemotoxic venom. A bite can cause serious bleeding, severe swelling, and tissue damage. This venomous snake, nicknamed sky snake for its striking light blue color, contrasting with its reddish tail, shares its natural habitat in the land of dragons with Komodo dragons in regions like Komodo and Flores Islands, representing a unique ecosystem where ancient giant lizards coexist with these vibrant vipers. This trend highlights the urgent need to raise public awareness about the blue viper's endangered status and venomous nature, ensuring that its popularity in films does not drive species extinction or pose serious safety risks through the illegal wildlife trade.
Every world leader brings something unique into office. Some bring sweeping reforms, some bring unforgettable speeches, and some brings extremely adorable animals.
Politicians are best known for how they lead people and what laws to carry out. It may come as a surprise that these politicians also enjoy playing fetch and cuddle time with their animals. Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto is well known for his love of animals, especially cats. One of his pets, named Bobby Kartanegara, is his beloved cat who now resides at the State Palace. Bobby's presence went viral after a video showed the fluffy cat sitting in a stroller while playing with Prabowo. Bobby Kartanegara has a unique backstory. He was originally a stray cat that wandered into Prabowo's residence in the Kertanegara area. Because he seemed so at home there, he was taken in and became part of the family. Today, Bobby even has his own social media account and loyal fan base. The close bond between leaders and their pets is also visible in various other countries. US President Joe Biden is known to have a cat named Willow living at the White House. Former US President Barack Obama was also famous for his Portuguese water dogs, Bo and Sunny, who were often seen accompanying the Obama family on the presidential grounds. Similar stories can be found among other world leaders. Singaporean president keeps 3 cats named Saks, Judy, and Awan, who frequently appear on his social media. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron has a dog named Nemo adopted from a rescue shelter. Nemo is a black Labrador who quickly gained fame for interrupting meetings, photobombing official portraits, and peeing on a fireplace during a live press event. Nemo is still active in the palace, delighting fans with every antic.
And that wraps up today's episode. Bye-bye.